Hi, my name is Christopher. I'm a Swedish metal producer, engineer, and musician. And today I want to talk about if you should start building your own gear. So let's go. I started about 13 years ago when I first learned how to solder XLR connectors, and from there I built maybe 40-50 guitar pedals. I built an 1176 SSL compressor, 1073, some Studer EQs, racked up some console channels. I've modified a lot of the gear I have. I built microphones, I built a lot of stuff. DIY is always my first option before I decide to buy something brand new from a factory. So I always try to help out if someone wants to get into this fun little hobby. So, should you start building your own gear or not? It's kind of a tough question. The question I get asked mostly is it hard? And the answer to that is sometimes. Today you have a lot of options when it comes to kits, where people have put together everything you need and they put together a booklet or a PDF file so you know exactly how to build your stuff. And if you follow that to a T and don't make any mistakes, then yes, it's really easy. It's like putting together a puzzle with directions. The hard part is if you make a mistake, or if the kit you have doesn't have a great PDF or instructions on how to build stuff and you don't have any previous knowledge when it comes to electronics. So my suggestion is ask yourself first, are you a person who likes to solve problems and likes to build his own stuff and tinker with a lot of stuff and don't mind buying a lot of tools? Then yes, it is absolutely for you. You're of course going to need tools like a soldering iron, different screwdrivers, wire cutters, wire strippers and stuff like that. But you also need different tools like a pillar drill and somewhere to paint the chassis or the pedals. There's a lot that goes into building your own stuff that people aren't really considering. And of course you need a space to be able to do it, which can be on your dinner table if you got somewhere to store your stuff and just take it out when you need it. Or you can have a dedicated desk just for building stuff. First off, start with cables. Start real simple. It's 3 connections or 2 if you're doing instrument cables. It's really easy to do. You get used to the soldering iron. It doesn't require a lot of tools and you get a lot better quality cables for a lot less money. So if you haven't soldered before, then start with cables. If you have soldered before, you have done your cables and you want to do something more advanced, next step I think would be guitar pedals. Guitar pedals are pretty easy. They're cheap, so if you mess up, and when you mess up, because you are going to mess up sometime, I promise you. If you can't fix it, it's not like you spent $1,000 and you're just gonna throw it in the trash. It's a lot cheaper to mess up than, for example, a Neve clone or something like that. And when you feel comfortable building pedals, then you can look into other types of gear, more advanced builds. But have a backup plan. For example, Sound Sculptor, where if you mess up, you can send them the gear, they fix it for you and send it back to you. For a fee, of course, but it's a good backup to have. Me, I have a dad who is a retired electronics engineer, so I've learned a lot through him, but honestly, I know very little about the makings of electronics, and I've been able to build several pieces of gear, and I've racked up gear, and I've fixed gear for other people, and if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm not that smart. One of the upsides to learning how to build your own gear and to learn how to diagnose and fix problems is that you can buy a lot of broken gear. And if you learn how to fix them, then you have a compressor which you maybe wouldn't be able to afford normally. But now you have it since you learned electronics. You can buy gear that isn't racked up and rack them up, give them power, ins, outputs, done. You just saved yourself a lot of money. It's fun. It's fun building stuff. It's fun working with the gear you've built. So I hope this sparks some inspiration. Hopefully this is the kick in the ass you need. And until next time, take care and bye bye.